Hi, welcome to I Am Trans News. I am your hostess as always, Novana Beta, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the toxic black man. Okay, I recently posted a comment on a gentleman's video because he was being completely transphobic in the video where he was talking about Sydney Starr and Darius, better known as Eddie Bauer. So just to let you know right now that this is not going to be your typical news video. This is going to be more of an opinion piece for my own opinion, and I would like for you to leave your opinion as well, and also leave a comment and all that other good stuff. But without further ado, let me continue. So after watching some of that video, did not watch all of it, I left a comment stating that, you know, he was being very transphobic, and the message was, whatever message you were trying to put out there was being blocked by the transphobic content that you put in the very beginning. Of course, he didn't understand that. He didn't see it. I explained it several times and gave several explanations of how it is transphobic and how that is hurtful rhetoric that you are using. But of course, he did not see that. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound familiar when a certain group of people say that what you're doing and what you're posting, what you're saying is problematic and it's hurtful and it's degrading, and it makes it appear as we are less valuable people than you are? Doesn't that sound familiar, black people that are watching this? Does that not sound familiar, black man? Like, why is it that y'all, we all want equality? We all want equality, right? We all, as black people, we want equality. We want to be able to go get a regular job like anybody else and not have to worry about the color of our skin, right? We also want to be able to get housing and have to worry about the color of our skin being a factor. We also want to walk down the street and go to the park and get a candy bar and get some Skittles and all the other things that everyone else does, and don't have to worry about being assaulted, being verbally attacked, or being killed. But in a situation where it's not the black man that's under the gun, it seems to be okay. Because with trans women, as far as trans women are concerned, it seems like they're blind. They have the same ideology as white people when it comes to trans people and people who are LGBT. And I think that is disgusting. I feel like there isn't a lack of understanding. They understand, they just don't care, because at the end of the day, it's all about power. They want power because they don't have it. And once they have power, if they ever do get it, and I'm talking about black men, if black men do ever get power, then will they treat us with respect? Then I doubt it. We will be, again, the new minority. Okay? We'll be in a whole nother platform, because we will have equality with the world, but we will not have equality in our own communities, which is going to draw away black LGBT people, because it already is. When you think about most of the opportunities that people who are LGBT have, most of those opportunities are not even given to them by other black people. Unfortunately, usually you have to go to a majority white community to get any type of help. Or, sorry, the video flipped over. I'm not going to redo this, but I'm just not. But I'm just not doing it over. But yeah, I just feel like it is trash, and a lot of black men should be ashamed of themselves for feeling like we can discriminate against people, but please don't discriminate against us. You sound ridiculous to all of those men who believe that. I think that is disgusting. We all want freedom. All of us. All. Not some. Not just people who are cis male. Okay? And I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons why it's hard for the black community to come together, because at the end of the day, there always seems to be some black cis man at the forefront who feels like he is God, or he is the law, or he should be obeyed, or he should be able to do what he wants and get away with it. I've seen a lot of black leaders who call themselves black leaders talk about how LGBT this and LGBT that, and then they go get themselves 2 wives. Oh, there's more women out here in the world than men. Actually, you're wrong. There are more men in this world than women. There are more men in this world than women. Google it. But they have no problem saying lies and using rhetoric that helps their arguments. Now, as a black person, like I've already stated, I feel like there's the grave injustice that black people, and especially black cis men, have done to us. We have had your back, we still have your back, and you still continue not to have our backs. So when will it end? When will it stop? When will we be able to stand next to cis black men in freedom and our desire for freedom and equality? Because it's hard to fight for yourself as a trans person and then have to walk across the street to be like, well, I'm also black, so I need to walk over here. Why can't black people just all be in one supportive line? And the reason we can't is because of cis black men and some cis black women as well who share the rhetoric. I've seen plenty of videos where a man will, I think his name is Kevin Williams, Kevin, whatever his name is, the guy with the glasses, the older guy. But I've seen a video of this man talking about slapping women and how you should slap them and da-da-da-da. And it was a group of black people in the live chat with him, and they all were laughing and nodding their heads. And I'm just wondering, like, I was really wondering, like, what is wrong with our community? What is really deeply wrong with our community? And the problem is, and will continue to be, black men. I'm sorry, it literally will be that. And I'm not sorry, actually. Cis black men, y'all are the problem. Not all of you, but too many of y'all are the problem. You feel entitled. You feel like because you have strength, that makes you entitled to our bodies, our minds, our rights, our ability to get jobs and housing and get haircuts and walk down the street. And I feel like y'all are just a different form of the KKK. Some of y'all, because y'all do exactly what they do. Y'all do exactly what they do. I've even heard a story about a woman of color who was Latina, who was dragged out of her house by other Latinos and was killed in the forest. I've seen another video of another trans woman who was dragged out into the forest and was killed. I've heard of so many stories of people of color, and there are stories of black people who were killed too, but I just gave those two examples because they were horrendous, and they stuck in my mind, because the people that killed them, those were people who were poor. Those weren't people that were rich. So it was about power. It was about the fact that they felt like they had the right over someone else's body, mind, and spirit. You do not have the right over my body, my mind, or my spirit. You are not God. You do not make the rules, and you are no one to be obeyed, to listen to be obedient to. That is something that you would earn if you were married or something, and that was the type of lifestyle that trans person was trying to live with you. Other than that, it holds no bearings with the rest of the world. So with all that being said, I want to know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Please make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you're always alerted to my new content that comes out. And remember, if you see content on YouTube that you disagree with, especially if it's transphobic or homophobic or demeaning to women, they don't allow you to report pages now or report videos now. So just don't like it, don't dislike it, and do not comment on it, because in my case, when I did that with the gentleman I was talking about before, about the Sydney Star and the Eddie situation, I ended up disliking that video. And like I said, I left a comment. That comment ended up getting 80 reactions, 80 other comments, reply comments. So that ended up pushing this man's transphobic, homophobic ignorance to more people, because guess what? That was the most views that he ended up getting. He ended up getting 4.7K views for that video, when before he was only getting maybe 300 views. And he was on there in the comment section egging people on to, oh yeah, this is very good dialogue. No, it wasn't good dialogue. You had a bunch of transphobic people on there saying stupid stuff, and then you had people who were trans or trans supportive, and they were defending. That was not a good dialogue. There was no exchange of information or compromise or agreements or disagreements. It was just hate versus good and hate versus what is right. So Anyway, like I've already said, make sure you do all that like, comment, and subscribing, and I'll see y'all in the next video.